Who has had the greatest influence in your life? Everyone has a role model, someone they want to be just like when they grow up. Role models can be past teachers, coaches, or even a family member. Role models can influence what you want to make of your life. Role models are positive, outgoing people who are willing to help others. Throughout my life, I've come across many people that would make great role models. But for me, no one compares to my role model. I've known her my whole life. My role model is my mother, Kathleen Dusso. She's the epitome of a committed parent and teacher, being helpful to others and having courage. My mother is one of the most committed people that I know. My mother is a first-grade teacher and a loving mother. Her day is packed full of work. I remember one day during the summer, instead of relaxing at the beach like we usually do, she wanted to go back to school where she works so that she could get her class ready for the kids who are coming next year. My mother wanted to make sure that the kids would have all the supplies and everything that they needed to be successful. She spent countless hours after school and during her free time trying to make her classroom and lesson plans better than ever. My mother has a class where more than half the students are on an IEP. It's extremely hard for her to get the class moving on and even harder to get them to listen. But even though it's tough, even though it's tough and hard, my mother will not give up. Every day she tries harder than the last to make sure these kids have learned and listened. My mother has inspired me to become a teacher when I am older. My mother isn't just committed at work, she's also committed at home. After my mom comes home from work from long hours, she's capable of providing for me and my 3 sisters. My mother loves to cook for my family of 6. Even when she's tired, she will try to make her best, wonderful home-cooked meals. She oftentimes teaches me her skills so that one day I can become a cook just as well as she can. My mother doesn't stop there, though. She's also helpful to others. My mother teaches my sisters and me to be kind to others and to always help when we can. Every day after school, my mother will sit down and spend time helping my sisters with their homework problems. I remember when I was in 7th grade and I got stuck on an upcoming project. No matter how hard I tried, I couldn't seem to think of what to do. I tried rewording, but still nothing. When my mom came home, she could tell I was stressed and needed help. She sat down with me and told me to relax and think of what I was trying to get across. I was so grateful for Mother's help. She helped me get an A without doing my project for me. Every night at dinner, we talked about our day and what happened. Oftentimes, Mother talks about this girl who isn't so good at school. She often misbehaves and doesn't do her work. My mom sits with her and talks to her and tells her how she needs to do her work. My mom helps her understand the work by showing her how to do a few problems. Because of my mom helping this girl, she now does all of her work without a problem and tries very hard to do her best and behave. In addition to being helpful and kind to others, my mom is also courageous. Like everyone, once in their life, they have lost someone special to them. In the past year, my mom has been going through a hard time. Her mother died a few years back, and my mom misses her very much. My grandmother was a nice, kind, crafty woman. When she died, my mom was extremely sad, but she never gave up. My mom did cry a lot, but she also stayed strong. She told me and my sisters that our grandmother would always be with us. She gave us courage to keep going and remember the good times that we had with our grandmother. We all have role models who have impacted our life. I know that you can see that my mother is the epitome of a caring mother and teacher. She's helpful to others and courageous. The impact she's had in my life is huge. She's inspired me to become a teacher when I am older and to be helpful to others when possible. My mom is a big part of my family, and without her I wouldn't know what to do. She inspires me greatly and means the world to me. My mother is the best role model I know.